Welcome to Around the Farm. I'm Rebecca Konopka, Ag Agent in Carter County.
And I'm Philip Konopka, Ag Agent in Lewis County. I just love this time of year after we've got through winter. Spring has bursted, and we enjoy all the colors of the flowers that are around us in the early spring.
Right. And so, as you've probably guessed, we're going to be talking about daffodils today. Daffodils are one of the most reliable and best early spring flowers that we see in the Kentucky landscape. They get to be about 1 to 2 foot tall. They grow really well in sunny areas and well-drained soils, but they also can do nicely underneath your shade tree in your front yard. They can survive for over 100 years, and which is evident by the site that we're at today, where there's not been a home here in about 70 years, and they have continued to spread through this field.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about preparation. If you didn't get your bulbs out last fall, you do not necessarily want to plant them in the spring. You want to make your decisions and plant them in the fall, sometime between October 15th and the end of November, but specifically daffodils need to be in the ground by November 1st. You need a good, well-drained soil. They don't particularly care for real heavy clay, poorly drained soils. I always recommend pulling a soil sample. That way we guarantee we know what the pH is going to be, and we can do a better job of doing some fertility recommendations. General rules of thumb when planting bulbs: if the bulb is an inch or less in diameter, you want to put them about 5 inches deep and anywhere from 1 to 4 inches apart. And keep in mind, when you're planting, kind of plan everything out, because the more cluster of color you got, the more noticeable it's going to be. If your bulbs are a little bit larger, say 2 inches or bigger in diameter, you want to go as far as 8 inches deep, and you want to space them out to 4 to 8 inches apart as well. As you dig the hole, you may notice that the ground is hard and needs some more tilth built into it, so a good source of organic matter may need to be mixed in, such as peat. Once you get your bulbs planted, you want to water them in thoroughly, cover them up with 2 to 3 inches of mulch. That will help keep the weed pressure down and add some nice color to your bulbs when they flower in the spring. And then come back and fertilize with a good complete fertilization of a triple 10, such as 3 to 4 pounds of that per 100 square feet.
Alright, so once you get your bulbs planted in the fall, next spring, start off as soon as they emerge with another dose of fertilizer, about 1 to 2 pounds per 100 square feet of triple 10. Once your daffodils have bloomed, you can cut off the flower organ, but then wait for the remaining foliage to die back on its own. That's why daffodils don't necessarily make it great planting for your yard. The foliage isn't going to die back by the time it's time to mow your yard for the first time. And if you prematurely cut off the foliage, your bulbs aren't going to mature and you won't have a nice pretty stand the following spring. Splitting bulbs isn't necessarily recommended, but lots of homeowners have had great success with this in the past. If your plants need to be moved, it's best to wait till later in the fall to dig them up. Don't dig them up immediately after they have flowered this spring. Once you dig them up, store them in a well-ventilated but dry location, and then you can plant them back this fall based on the recommendations that Philip gave just a second ago.
Also, let's take a little time right now, and we mentioned fertilization, we mentioned triple 10. Those numbers on the bag are percentages, and always nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in that order. So if we have 100 pounds of triple 10, that basically means we actually have 10 pounds of nitrogen, 10 pounds of phosphorus, and 10 pounds of potassium in that 100 pounds. So those numbers are always going to be in that order and always be in percentages. So when you go to look at your feed store or wherever you buy your fertilizer, those are the numbers you need to focus in on.
Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please give us a call at the extension office. We also have some publications we can share with you on planting spring flowering bulbs.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoy the beautiful spring flowers this year. And like Rebecca said, if you have any questions, feel free to give us a shout or your local county agent a shout.